Students must turn on Grammarly's Grammarly Authorship before they begin typing on their document. If they do not turn this on before they begin typing, it will not be able to track what the student is doing. You can turn on Grammarly's authorship by going to the bottom of the Google Doc and clicking the thumbprint. Then turn Track Your Work on. That means it's ready to track what the student is doing. When the student has completed their work on the Google Doc, they need to go into the authorship program to copy the link to their report. The link provides anyone access to the report concerning the document. Teachers can ask students to put this link into the Google Doc itself, in a private comment on Google Classroom, in a Google form, or even in an email to the teacher. To get the link, students will need to go to the thumbprint at the bottom of their document and then click See Report. They will then see the report of their writing. The student will need to click Share Report, make sure that it is Make the Report Visible to Anyone with the link is turned on, and then press Copy. Now the student can put the link wherever the teacher has asked them to. The report the teacher sees has the content separated into 3 categories: typed by a human, copied from a source, and origin unknown. As you can see in typed by a human, it tells you how much was typed by a human without any disruption of Grammarly's AI system. It also lets you know how much that was typed by a human was rephrased by Grammarly's AI editor. That is the paid version of Grammarly that some students have paid for. Then, at the bottom there, it says with spelling and grammar correction. That is the Grammarly and embedded in Google Docs spelling or grammar corrections. The copied from a source and our origin unknown categories are sometimes a little wonky. Because this is in beta format, meaning they are still working on it, you might get some inconsistent responses. Copied from a source does categorize the content into AI generated or copied from a website. They purport to be able to identify if something has been AI generated. Please note that even Grammarly says this should not be the only way to identify if a student is using AI incorrectly or inappropriately. It also says copied from a website. However, in the origin unknown category, it says 55% of the piece of writing was copied from an unknown source. I can tell you that that was done. I copied that from ChatGPT and put it into my paper. So it's not identifying the AI generated work, but what you are seeing is that Grammarly's authorship is saying something has been copied from outside this document. Overall, you are seeing patterns in student writing that may require further conversations with the student. Grammarly is very clear that they do not encourage punishment based on this data. Instead, they encourage conversation with students about how things are used and further conversations with the class writ large about how AI or other sources could be or should be integrated into their papers. The last piece from the top of the report that you see includes the total time spent on writing this text. You also see how many editing sessions, meaning how many times did this student open and close to work on their writing. This can be seen in revision history as well, but it's also another place to see this. At the bottom of the report, you will see the student's text that they have submitted. It will also be color-coded based on the 3 categories listed above: typed by a human, copied from a source, and origin unknown. You will also see icons on the right-hand side of the text. These icons tell you about how the work was done. If it is a green keyboard, it means it was typed by a human with no intervention. If you see a green keyboard with the Grammarly icon next to it, it means that the user typed it but was then provided support by Grammarly. If the icon is gray with a question mark in it, that is text that was copied from an outside source. A few things to remember when using the Grammarly authorship tool. The first is to note that Grammarly is allowed for students. We have no intention of turning this off. It would also be difficult to turn it off, so that is a non-starter. This is something that is embedded in our student Google accounts. Number 2 is that this is just another tool to use when teaching good writing and work habits. This is not a required thing for you to use. It is just another tool for you to know how to use. And 3, this tool is not perfect, so do not expect it to find everything and anything. We have other tools that you can use in tandem or at the same time as this tool. This video is simply a guide to demonstrate how it could be utilized in your classroom.